Imagine waking up every morning feeling refreshed, motivated, and ready to tackle your day. But instead, you hit the snooze button, feeling trapped in a vicious cycle of procrastination and self-doubt. What's holding you back? The answer might surprise you. It's your environment. You see, the environment plays a significant role in shaping our habits, often without us even realizing it. Think about the last time you tried to start a new diet or exercise routine. Did you find yourself struggling to stick to it? It's not just willpower. Your environment might be working against you. Take, for instance, the kitchen counter. Is it cluttered with dirty dishes, leftover takeout containers, and expired coupons? Or is it a tidy space with a clear plan for meal prep and healthy snacking? The difference is striking. Our surroundings can either support or sabotage our goals, depending on how they're designed. From cluttered desks to messy kitchens, a disorganized environment can lead to feelings of overwhelm and decreased productivity. It's almost as if our brains are wired to respond to visual cues, and when we are surrounded by chaos, our minds can't help but feel the same way. Ever tried to focus on a task, only to find yourself scrolling through social media or getting sidetracked by every little thing? That's your environment at work. But here's the thing. Our environment isn't just a passive observer. It's actively influencing our behavior, often in subtle yet significant ways. Think about the last time you tried to start a new project. Did you find yourself struggling to get started, only to finally begin when you cleared off your desk and organized your workspace? That's not just a coincidence. Our environment is playing a key role in shaping our habits and influencing our success. So, how do we harness the power of our environment to achieve our goals? The answer lies in understanding how our surroundings affect our habits. By recognizing the impact of our environment, we can start making small adjustments that add up to big changes. It might be as simple as implementing a one-touch rule for paperwork, where you deal with each piece of paper as soon as you touch it, or setting up a dedicated workspace for focused work. The key is to be intentional about our environment and the habits it supports. By doing so, we can create a space that fuels our success, rather than sabotaging it. Take, for example, a friend who's trying to start a new exercise routine. They set up a dedicated workout space in their home, complete with a yoga mat, dumbbells, and a clear plan for each day's workout. As a result, they're more likely to stick to their routine and make exercise a consistent part of their daily habit. It's not just about physical space, either. Our digital environment plays a significant role in shaping our habits, too. Think about the last time you checked your phone, only to find yourself scrolling through social media or getting sucked into a never-ending loop of notifications. That's not just a personal failing, it's your environment at work, influencing your behavior in subtle yet significant ways. So, what can we do to create a more supportive environment for our habits? Start by paying attention to your surroundings and the cues they send. Are there certain triggers that make you feel more productive or focused? Identify those triggers and use them to your advantage. For instance, if you find that listening to classical music helps you focus, create a playlist that you can listen to whenever you need to concentrate. The goal is to create a space that supports your goals, rather than working against them. By doing so, you'll be more likely to stick to your habits and achieve the success you want. It's not just about willpower, it's about creating an environment that fuels your success. As you begin to make these small adjustments, you might be surprised by the impact they have on your habits. You might find yourself feeling more motivated, focused, and productive, without even realizing it. That's because your environment is working in your favor, supporting your goals and helping you achieve success. But here's the thing, this is just the beginning. By recognizing the impact of our environment on our habits, we can start making bigger changes that add up to even more significant results. We can create a space that not only supports our goals but also inspires us to reach new heights. So, what's holding you back? It's time to take control of your environment and start shaping your habits into the success you want. By now, you might be thinking, but I don't have the time or resources to create a perfect environment. The truth is, small changes can make a big difference, and it all starts with intention. Let's dive into the world of designing for success, where your environment becomes a powerful ally in achieving your goals. Creating a conducive environment involves more than just decluttering. It's about designing for success. Think about the spaces where you spend the most time, your home, office, or gym. How can you optimize these areas to support your goals? For instance, consider the layout of your workspace. Are you surrounded by reminders of deadlines and tasks to complete? Or are you in a peaceful environment that inspires creativity and focus? From color schemes to lighting, every element of our environment sends a message about what's possible. Did you know that certain colors can actually boost your mood and productivity? For example, blue is often associated with feelings of calmness and trust, while orange can stimulate creativity and energy. It's time to get intentional about the colors you surround yourself with. What colors evoke feelings of success and motivation for you? The key to creating an environment that supports your goals is to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Instead of focusing on what's holding you back, start by envisioning what you want to achieve. What does success look like for you? Imagine walking into a room that makes you feel confident and empowered. What would that space look like? What would you surround yourself with? Let's take a look at a real-life example. A successful entrepreneur I spoke with recently shared her approach to designing an environment that supports her goals. She created a vision board in her home office, filled with images and quotes that remind her of her vision. Every morning, she starts her day by looking at the board and visualizing her success. It's a powerful reminder that her environment can be a tool for achieving her goals, not just a distraction. The good news is that you don't need a grand, expensive makeover to create a supportive environment. Small changes can make a big difference. For instance, try adding a few plants to your workspace or using essential oils to create a calming atmosphere. These tiny tweaks can have a significant impact on your mood and productivity. As you begin to design your environment for success, remember that it's a journey, not a destination. It's about creating a space that inspires and motivates you to take action towards your goals. By focusing on what you want, rather than what's holding you back, you'll be amazed at the progress you can make. Now, I want to challenge you to take the first step in designing your environment for success. What small change can you make today to create a space that supports your goals? Share your ideas in the comments below and let's continue the conversation. Remember, every small step counts, and the power to create a supportive environment is within your reach. You've learned how your environment affects your habits and how to design for success. But what about when things go wrong? How do you overcome environmental sabotage and build lasting habits? Let's dive into the world of breaking the cycle and creating lasting change. The key to breaking the cycle of environmental sabotage is to approach challenges with curiosity, not resistance. When faced with obstacles, ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Rather than why is this happening to me? This simple shift in mindset can make all the difference. A few months ago, Sarah found herself stuck in a rut, struggling to meet her daily exercise goals. She had designed a perfect home gym, complete with state-of-the-art equipment and motivational posters. But despite her best intentions, she just couldn't seem to get started. It wasn't until she took a step back and asked herself what she could learn from the experience that she made a breakthrough. She realized that her environment was too perfect, too sterile. It lacked the imperfections and challenges that would push her to grow. Building lasting habits requires creating a system that supports your goals, not just a quick fix. Think about the habits you want to develop. Are you creating a system that supports those habits, or just trying to will them into existence? Alex, a successful entrepreneur, learned this lesson the hard way. He had always struggled with time management, but when he created a system that supported his goals, everything changed. He set up a schedule that worked for him, not against him, and he surrounded himself with people who motivated and supported him. The result? He was able to build a successful business and maintain a healthy work-life balance. The best way to build lasting habits is to focus on the process, not the outcome. Instead of focusing on the end result, focus on the small steps you can take each day to move closer to your goals. Emily, a busy working mom, used this approach to develop a consistent reading habit. She didn't focus on finishing a certain number of books per month. Instead, she focused on reading for just 15 minutes each day. Before she knew it, she had developed a habit that brought her joy and relaxation. And that, my friends, is the power of breaking the cycle and building lasting habits. By approaching challenges with curiosity, creating a system that supports our goals, and focusing on the process, we can overcome environmental sabotage and build lasting change. But what about you? What's one small step you can take today to move closer to your goals? As Sarah walked into her new apartment, she was struck by the stark contrast between her old, cluttered space and this sleek, modern one. She had finally made the move to a place that reflected her personality and goals, a space designed to nurture her habits, not hinder them. But as she began to unpack, she realized that creating this perfect environment wasn't just about aesthetics, it was about psychology. The first thing she did was designate a specific area for her meditation practice, a quiet, cozy nook with a stunning view of the city. She placed a few calming essential oils on her desk and a vase with fresh flowers to create a sense of serenity. As she settled into her new routine, Sarah noticed that her meditation practice became more consistent, her focus sharper, and her mood more even. But what about when life gets in the way, and things don't go according to plan? What about when her environment starts to sabotage her habits, rather than support them? That's when Sarah realized that it's not just about creating a perfect environment, but also about being flexible and adaptable. She learned to pivot and adjust when things didn't work out as planned, and to be kind to herself when she made mistakes. It was a delicate balance, but one that ultimately allowed her to build lasting habits and create a life that truly reflected her values and goals.